This topic we are discussed about respiratory system. The respiration is used several different ways. Slow respiration, respiratory systems, respirations. Slow respiration is the aerobic breakdown of glucose in the mitochondria to make ATP. Respiratory systems are the organs, animals that exchange gases with environment. The respiration is an everyday term that often used to mean breathing. The respiratory functions. The respiratory systems allows animals to move oxygen needed for cellular respiration into body tissues and remove carbon dioxide waste of product of cellular respiration from the cells. Some animals simply allows gases to diffuse through the skins. These animals have low metabolic rate. All of this we are aquatic animals. Why? The structures facilitated for gas exchange include gills in aquatic animals, spiracles in terrestrial insect, lungs, most terrestrial vertebrates. In a concurrent system, exchange is insufficient. Equilibrium is reached at the one end. In countercurrent system, equilibrium is not reached, so gas exchanges continues to increase the efficiency. Fish yields. Fish increase gases exchange efficiency using countercurrent exchanges running through the system in the opposite direction to water keep a diffusion gradient throughout the entire exchange. During the inhalation, the diaphragm and intercostal muscles contract. During the exhalation, these muscles relax, diaphragm domes upwards. Alveoles. The alveoles are moist, thin-walled pockets which are the site of gas exchanges. The slightly oily subcurrent prevent the alveolar walls from the collapsing and sticking together. Circulation and gas exchange. Recall the interconnection between circulation and the respiratory systems. Gas exchanges at the lungs and in the body cells move oxygen into cells and carbon dioxide out. What happens when you breathe in? The ribs muscles relax and diaphragm is contracts. Air lives in the alveoles. Air moves between the chest wall and lungs. The ribs muscles relax. The diaphragm contracts. Air leaves the alveoles. The air moves between the chest wall and lungs. 25%, 25%. Equally, there are 25%. The premature infants sometimes die of lung collapse and other lungs problems. What might premise missing? How could this be remedied? The respiratory surface is made up of alveoli and capillary walls. The walls of capillaries and the alveoli may share the same membrane. Air entering the lungs contains the more oxygen and less carbon dioxide than the blood that flow in the pulmonary capillaries. Hemoglobin binds to the oxygen that diffuses into the bloodstream. Carbon dioxide can dissolve in the plasma and about 70% form bicarbonate ions. Some carbon dioxide can bind the hemoglobin for transport. The cell uses of the oxygen quickly for cellular respiration. Cells create the carbon dioxide during the cellular respiration. So CO2 levels in the cell are higher than blood coming to them. Diffusion of O2 from the lungs to blood is rapid because active transport moves oxygen. Hemoglobin takes up oxygen, keeping plasma contraction low. Blood plasma is oxygen is rich. The active transport move oxygen is 33%. Hemoglobin take up of oxygen, keeping the plasma contraction low, 33%. Plasma is oxygen rich, 33%. The both of them equally participate in the respiratory system, 33%. The most of the oxygen in blood is in the white cells bound to hemoglobin combined with the carbon to make carbon dioxide dissolved in the plasma. In the white blood cells is 25%, bound to hemoglobin is 25%, combined with the carbon to carbon dioxide is 25%, dissolved in the plasma is 25%. The both of the component equally participate the respiration system, 25%. Inhaled smoke contains CO2 with affect the CO2 diffusion in the gradient, carcinogenic chemicals that can trigger tumors, toxic nicotine which paralyzes cilia that normally clean the lungs. Emphysema. Besides the cancer, smoking can also lead to emphysema. Alveoli become dry and brittle and eventually rupture. Both active and passive smoking, secondhand smoke, can lead to the lungs problems. The two diagrams represent that the no smoker lung structure and present the smoker lung structure. Cystic fibrosis is one of the most common inherited disorders in the Caucasian population in the US. CF is occasioned by mutation of a single gene, CFTR gene, which controls salt balance in the lungs. The normal CFTR protein secretes the amount of chloride ions across the cell membranes of the lung cells. If the interior of the cell is too salty, water is drawn from lungs mucus by osmosis, causing the mucus to become thicky and sticky. At this point, there are no cure for CF, but there are therapies that have extended their lives in CF patients, including the lung transplants. Gene therapy may one day insert the good CFTR genes into lung cells to make them operate normally. When the people quit smoking, if the lungs are not damaged, they can often clean themselves because the cilia are not longer paralyzed. People with cystic fibrosis have. Thank you.